Panharmonicon presents a podcast.
We told him about how our land had been stolen and our people were dying. When we finished, he shook our hands and said, "Endeavor to persevere."
Dude, man, Resident Evil 9, I recently got to Raccoon City, and as soon as I got there, man,
Did the
got attacked by a
nostalgia?
giant spider.
Whoa, okay, never mind.
This thing, it was a crazy fight. Dude, Leon Kennedy.
At some point,
man's
I would have just given up.
Oh, 100%. That's what I was even
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
like, as I was watching it, I was like, I would have died. There's no, like, for one, it's a giant spider. Like, this thing was, like, way bigger than, if you've ever played a Resident Evil game, way bigger than that. Way bigger, and it was, like, at one point in the cutscene, like, it grabs him, like, with its mandibles, and then it's, like, crawling up a wall. And, like, at that point...
You're dead.
Yeah, well, not only am I dead, but, like, I would have...
I have a gun. I'm killing myself, I think.
That's actually a really good idea. I think... and I just mean because,
Out of
like...
context.
Because of... Yeah. And what I mean is, like, specifically in that situation, you're talking about a spider that is quite literally the size of, like, an 18-wheeler.
Whoa.
And so I would probably think to myself, you know what, this is it. But rather than getting folded around like some ground beef in a tortilla,
I'm not
like,
waiting for that.
yeah, exactly,
Right.
dude.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm not gonna be paralyzed and have my innards turn to a
into
smoothie.
soup. Yeah, dude. Like, this is tropical smoothie. That's not my. I can't.
Like I will shoot at it to see if I could potentially get the shot that kills. Mm-hmm. If it just tanks him, then I'm not taking the bullet that I'm about to put in me, because that's a wrap. I'm not doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not about to get, like, because I can't imagine the pain of getting bitten by that spider.
I mean, that's probably going straight through your body. Mm-hmm. Like, its pincers are probably long enough. Yeah, like it's not gonna be gentle,
And it's not going to be instant death. The bullet will be, hopefully. Like,
and think about how you feel like if you saw a spider right now. Even if you saw a spider that's like half the size of your palm, like, how would you react?
I mean, I guess this half the size of my palm, so that's like a wolf spider. I'm trying to take it outside, but most of the time I'm just like, you live here now. Your rent is eating the bugs, and I'm okay with that.
just don't be in the room that I'm
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, learn English so we can communicate, so I can be like, you get rooms.
Yo, Jerry,
in
you here?
just
Yeah.
not the ones that I'm in.
I'm coming in.
Like, no, you're
Hi,
not.
please.
you better stay on out of there. Stay in your corner. I'll hook up like a jungle set for you or something so you can feel at home. Yeah.
Spiders.
Luckily, not ice spiders this time. It's not even spider related.
No.
It's
But I
nothing
mean,
to do with
still.
spiders. But thank you for joining us on another episode of Panharmonicon Studios Presents.
A podcast.
I am one of your hosts, Damon.
This is Andrew.
And this is Farron.
And today we are going to be continuing our foray into Western movies with The Outlaw, Josey Wales. Is that like a machine gun whip?
I think dual wielding whips.
If you can, for us. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button if you haven't not. If you have already, thank you for doing so. We are at 79 and we are slowly building our way to 100. Hopefully we hit 100 by our 1 year. And if not, 100 by episode 100.
Yeah.
If
good to
you're
have
on
goals.
Spotify, it is good to have goals, isn't it? And our goals they're not that lofty. So hopefully we hit them. If you are on Spotify, if you'd give us a follow. And if you haven't already, just give us a little rating between 1 through 5. Just letting us know how you enjoy this.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Jason needs friends in the comments.
Jason does need friends.
He's
in the
holding down
comments.
the comment section.
I enjoy it. I enjoy what he has to say about our little podcast.
Me
here.
too.
And we'd love to enjoy what you say about our podcast. If you just if you're like, oh, those boys, they be getting me sometimes. They're like me. Or if you're like, they're not like me. Let us know. Before we get into our Outlaw Josey Wales starring Clint Eastwood, it's, he should have changed it to Westwood.
Wow, yeah.
Should have been Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And he would have been because he was already in all these Western movies, so he should have been. But before we get into that, how you boys been? What's been going on?
I recently went on a little mental health day.
Ooh.
Yesterday, actually.
Nice.
My mom and my niece and nephew, my sister, and my one of my older brothers, and went to this place called Epic. I think it's called Epic Entertainment, and it's in Northgate, Coleraine, like right off of Coleraine. So it's right where there used to be the movie theater in Northgate.
Okay.
Oh, that's built now.
Huh?
I was telling my brother about that because he was showing me this like arcade that opened up in, I was about to say Jacksonville, but it's not even Jacksonville. It's some random Florida city in between Jackson and Orlando. I think it might have been Orlando. Anyway, so I saw that place in Northgate was like, I thought they were building it. It's done already?
Yeah, well, yeah, because they never tore down the
mall?
the theater. Well, I think they tore down part of the mall. Maybe.
But it's in that same area?
Yeah, it's in that
okay.
same, because there used to be, the movie theater was attached to the mall, and so it just went into the movie, like, it's so much so that there are even old movie theater seats that are just still
That's cool.
just plopped around the area, yeah. But it has go-karts and a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, like, the go-karts, we did, it was fun.
Sure.
But they didn't open up until, like, later in the afternoon, so we didn't get to ride it as much, but the kids had a great time. It is also just like, it reminds me of being a kid and like going to like Leaps and Bounds or Discovery Zone, but we were in there playing with them, and it is just a pain because we're all far too tall to be in there, so you're never able to stand up straight.
Yeah.
And I'm just like sweating profusely.
Crouching Farron.
Crouching Farron.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm a crouch. I'm a crouching Farron. But yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time. Much needed decompression. Much needed little zip line thing. We're all cool. So yeah, it was super fun. What about you guys?
Nice. I have gotten the magic bug again. I've been trying not to talk about it, but it's I found a new CEDH list, so I'm very excited about that. It's using some of the new avatar cards. It's the Aang at the Crossroad. So the best way to play allies is just to play one of them. And that's the only way you can do that competitively.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
So like, remember how I had like that whole ally deck?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, like let's try to make this good. Can't do that, but Aang, on when it enters, you look at the top 5 and you get to pull a creature. So it's really just like they've optimized it numbers wise that you can just like keep going through your deck. So it's
not
very
like,
fun.
so because I guess that when you said that, I was thinking like is Aang an ally? Like
Yes.
is Aang,
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
that is
Sorry.
tight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The all the protagonists, I guess, because like the whole gang, like however you're supposed to pronounce that, they're all considered allies.
Okay.
So like all the good guys in Avatar: The Last Airbender are all allies. So.
But what about what is this? It's not Zuko, is it? Because doesn't the guy that's pursuing them from the Fire
that is
Nation-
Zuko. Yeah.
Okay, Zuko.
Yes.
Like, doesn't he eventually become an ally? So how does he play? Is he an ally, or is he considered okay?
Because I think I guess I haven't checked the full list, but I think most of his cards are, I guess when he's a creature, is an ally. Because there's one card, it's like Vengeful Pursuit or something.
Okay.
And it's like when he's like pursuing, like it's part of that arc. And it's a black card, so you know it's showing that he's evil, I guess. But anyway, color pie magic. Yes, licorice.
Licorice, dog.
So that's me.
Yeah. So I've been good. I've been working more on my sauce, trying to like figure it out. I made a batch for like my birthday, but then I made another batch after that. This one I'm not super. I need to learn the art of measuring.
That is important.
Because I'm kind of going off of just like the top of the dome ski. I'm just kind of just been putting stuff in. This one I think has too much. It's either too much soy sauce or too much vinegar. It doesn't have the same like just like base sweet to like spicy tone that the one I had before had. I like that one. The reason that I was trying to change it up a little bit was because I wanted to have a bit more tang to it, which is where the vinegar was coming through. But instead, it's more like just salty and acidic. It's not like super salty and acidic, but like it is saltier and more acidic than previous sets. I will eventually figure this gochujang barbecue sauce out, and by the time I do, no one will like that gochujang anymore. But maybe we'll have moved on to a different Asian nation. But
I think the sauce that you brought was awesome. I gotta say. So yeah, excited to see how this continues to evolve there for you.
I will definitely be figuring it out eventually. Also got back into Pokemon, which every time I jump out, just pull you. I want to say they pull me back in, but I feel like I just walk back in like, willingly. I walk out, I'm like, Pokemon was kind of fun. I'm going back into it. So I was playing this Pokemon fan game that is basically based off of Pokemon Masters. And I've been learning essentially through these fan games how to like do competitive battling.
Okay.
Even though I don't think I'll ever actually do competitive battle. But just more so than just like randomly picking Pokemon and being like, here's the strongest move I can do.
I really like this guy. He's really cool.
Which is very, very fun.
Yeah.
Like I still like enjoy that. Like in Pokemon itself, talking about Pokemon, Pokemon Day was a while ago. And with that, we finally got the Generation 10 reveals. Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. And
question for you. Do you think the dog and the lizard are going to stand up?
I think the lizard might.
Ooh, okay.
But I also think the lizard might be I think it might be a Komodo dragon.
That would be very cool.
What is this about? I'm sorry, dog and lizard stand.
The starter Pokemon.
Yeah, like there's a very sordid history in Pokemon lore where like something will start out on 4 legs and then just become bipedal by the end. Like the final evolution is standing up. Like
and it's typically reserved for starter Pokemon.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Okay.
Most like just out there Pokemon that aren't starters, if they're quadruped, they'll typically stay quadruped with like some exceptions. But for the most part, people have just gotten very tired of the fact that there are a number of quadrupedal starter Pokemon that by the time they reach their 3rd stage end up becoming Digimon essentially. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it. A lot of my favorite ones are ones that have done that, like Sprigatito, like Litten. So like I don't have that, and they are like
I was about to say those were
ones.
those were going to be my examples.
So I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
because they don't go like. It's so funny how often people call them Digimon at that point, but I'm like, Digimon has an entirely different design language about its evolutions that makes so little sense.
Yeah, they'd be like angel robots if they were Digimon.
Like when you look at like Gabumon is a squat little like seemingly lizard that wears fur to grow to a gigantic wolf, who then turns into a werewolf with genes, who then turns into a robot wolf.
Well, they're all wolves, but my thing is lizard with fur.
Yeah, Gabumon.
I don't remember. He looked like a little baby cub wolf to me.
No, if you
where's
look
the lizard part come from?
Like, look at him. If you actually look at Gabumon, Gabumon looks like he almost is Agumon, but just wearing fur.
Yeah.
Because of his underbelly?
I would say the tail too, because like I guess in this one, just for audio, well, I guess it's all audio listeners, but we've pulled it up on Google.
We've pulled up a picture of Gabumon. And if you look at Gabumon, he looks like he's very close to just being Agumon, but wearing some fur that he found.
I don't like the way you said that. Like, because it sounds so just like psychotic. Like he didn't find it. He killed somebody and he wanted to be.
Skin.
I said that he found. I didn't say he killed something for it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like even still, it in my mind, the first thing that comes to mind is that maybe he came from the same tribe as Agumon, but he's like one of those self-hating Agumons, and so he just found a little werewolf and decided to wear its skin.
I mean, he very well could have. Who knows? But then he turns into a giant wolf, and then a standing werewolf with genes.
Yeah.
And then a robot wolf back that's on all fours again.
So what is it is it the genes that throw you off?
Look, nothing throws me off. I enjoy Like, I've made a lot of jokes about Digimon's evolution because they do this weird, like, branch evolution thing where, like, several different things can become, like, the same monster. Like, you don't see that in a cartoon. In a cartoon, like, it's much more Pokemon aligned where, like, Agumon only turns into Greymon, right?
Yeah,
but, like, in the video games and, like, the other relation things, there are multiple things that can turn into, like, a Greymon.
Wow, okay.
It's very weird.
What?
No, it's not really. I've once again pulled up something for us to look at. I'm looking for the genes. That's really what I'm hooked on because I don't remember.
Where Gabumon?
There at the top. This guy. There you go. Also, he's wearing jeans. That's crazy.
How weird would it be if that was sort of the cycle of growth as a parent, like for your child?
Oh, everyone just wears jeans?
Well, no.
Oh, sorry.
No.
You're 12 now. Here's your pair of jeans. Get on out in the world.
And all of a sudden, it just like comes with like an ID that says they can drink and like
you turn
license.
21 and you start going from like a teenager and then like light glows.
Just standing up straight. But it meant like, because the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure in Digimon, there's not like a permanence to the evolution, so they revert back. So like, what if you had a baby and the baby grew to be like 25 and then for some reason just one day they
reverted back to a baby.
Yeah, they just reverted back to a baby and you just had to take care of them.
Dang it.
Like, again?
Are you 6 months again? Like,
You have a job.
you just sit a baby on the counter. It's like, nah, man, I'm 26. I got in a really stressful situation. I was in a car accident and I reverted back to a baby.
My energy. But
really
also
tired.
with Digimon, there's just this thing where like, if enough evolutions exist within a line, it just becomes a dude.
That's fair.
Whoa,
Like,
no, say that again. What?
So many times, like, they just evolve enough that they just become like dudes in like armor. And there's even like a name for them. They're called like the Knights of the Round or something like that. And it's just like all the like final evolutions of like some of the most famous ones. They're all just dudes in armor.
That's interesting.
So,
I didn't know that.
Weird.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like I think I'm going for Pombon. That is going to be my starter of choice. He is a Pomeranian fire dog, and he looks like a goofy little boy. Not like a human boy, just like a goofy little like dog boy.
Yes.
And I really actually do kind of hope that he stays like quadruped this time. I wouldn't mind if it'd be kind of weird if he turned into a dog man, but I'm more thinking he'll just become like a Arcanine type big
I hope
fire
so.
dog.
I really do.
I'm a dog. You're a dog. Everybody do the dog.
But I don't know if this is Digimon.net, but it's saying it's so back to Digimon. So sorry. Gabumon is an extremely shy, timid creature, always gathering up the data Garurumon leaves behind and wearing it like a pelt. So it seems to not be his. He seems to be.
See?
Garurumon, though, is his evolved form, though, right?
Part of it, maybe.
I mean, it sounds like it's some type of like if in nature, if like a hermit crab was just doing its thing, and then like it found a shell and became like a new Pokemon because it like its shell, and then like it eventually like Cubone and Marowak.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Cubone wears like a skull. Like it's that.
Oh,
Pokemon.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
But then the reason why I brought this up is because it says, so the Wikimon.net says Gabumon is one half of the Royal Knight Omegamon and a servant of Yggdrasil. Unlike the other Royal Knights, Omegamon can split itself into Agumon and Gabumon.
Yeah, because they got a DNA digivolve to become.
There you go. A guy.
Omnimon.
A guy with a
But
sword.
yeah, they just are almost always they just turn into dudes with armor. Like, why are they just dudes with armor? Like, there's one who is almost literally a human, and I'm like, it's funny because I said something about it on Twitter, and I got flack for it, and they're like, "Dude, he's a Digimon." I'm like, he is a man just wearing like a visor and like some sandals.
Why were those the two accessories that?
Because
part of his evolution.
That's peak evolution,
find him.
Yeah, dude.
It was just crazy.
Like Guy Fieri, like
Guy Fieri's a Digimon. No way.
He's peak human evolution with his like floral shirts and
super frosted tips.
It's so weird. It's just because, like, in that line, it's like when people design things and they design multiple things, you typically can tell, like, oh, that exists within this thing, right? But Digimon is not like that. In Digimon, it's like they just were told you can do whatever.
Well, because they can also, like, other things can digi-evolve into the same, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because all that branching evolution,
right?
There's just no, like, really cohesive design. And it's so obvious when you look at, like, Digimon Adventure, like, the cartoon, that there's a reason that they chose, like, the specific Digimon that they chose.
Gotcha.
Because they are all those ones that kind of relatively go into, like, a straight enough line that they look... Like, Agumon looks like he should turn into Greymon.
Yeah.
Into, like... But then, like, there's other ones, and you're like, how did this cactus thing turn into an angel? Just like, you start to even see it in the self with, like, when Gatomon turns into Anjuwamon. You're like, why did the cat turn into an angel lady?
Yeah.
Or Patapon. And you're like, why'd this little, like, fur winged thing turn into a full-grown angel man?
Yeah.
And there's no in-between.
Yeah.
There's no middle link between the two. He's a tiny furball. Like, imagine if a hamster turned into a full-grown human once it turned, like, 5.
Yeah.
What the heck just happened?
Oh my god.
But enough about this in Digimon, because I actually really enjoy Digimon. We're going to move into the next little situation here, which is where I give the boys a little bit of a brain teaser.
Brain teaser.
I usually do it from the subreddit, explaining movie plots poorly. But every once in a while, I throw them one that I created myself, which is kind of an amalgamation of that, where I give them the synopsis of a movie, but I replace all the character names with other characters that the actors in that movie have played. This one, I don't know how to feel about this one. I actually kind of mixed up the names. I usually make them like names that are from movies you probably have never seen before.
Okay.
This one, I mixed it up a little bit just to make it a little bit easier for you guys, because I shouldn't have, considering how quick you knocked out Fast and Furious the last time. But
I will say that was...
You got a spider sense for Fast and Furious. Like, you...
But this one, because I'm not sure if you've seen the movie, I made it a little bit easier, hopefully. So, in today's movie, Lucas meets Donatello and Alan. What the heck? Sorry. Lucas meets... I messed up my punctuation here. Lucas meets Donatello and Alan after moving to California. And his big brother Alex Shaw is falling for a girl named Tara, who has a boyfriend named Jonathan James Kendrick, the leader of a gang of vampires. Also, William S. Preston Esquire is in this movie.
Is this The Lost Boys?
It is The Lost Boys.
All right, well,
I
that's
didn't even
crazy.
start the timer. My guy. My guy. Because when you said Tara, that's where I figured you were... Yeah. What were you... Sorry.
No, you're fine, because every time you're like, oh, guys should get this one, that's when we usually don't. So I was like, oh, he's giving us too much credit. Wow. And I will say, peek behind the screen, I did not recognize any of those names. It was simply the vampires.
I knew
it was
vampires.
moving.
I had a feeling as soon as
California.
the gang of vampires popped up, I was like, he's probably going to think Lost Boys.
Okay.
Because I couldn't think of a way to word this in a way that made it sound like it could be a different
Anything
movie,
else,
because The Lost
yeah.
Boys is kind of pretty specific. But Lucas is Corey Haim from the movie Lucas itself. Obviously, Donatello is Corey Feldman from TMNT. I actually could not figure out another name for Jameson Newlander's character because he seemingly only did this movie. So that's Alan. Alan is from The Lost Boys.
Wow.
Alex Shaw is Jason Patrick from Speed 2. Tara is obviously Jamie Gertz from Solar Babies. And Jonathan James Kendrick is Kiefer Sutherland from A Few Good Men. And William S. Preston Esquire is Alex Winter's character from Bill and Ted. Out, since they already figured it out, is The Lost Boys, a 1987 comedy horror movie. I'll give you all the information since you got it so quickly. But with that, let's get ourselves into our feature presentation.
I feel like I ruined the fun.
No, you did not at all.
That's...
I would rather you get them more often
Yeah,
than
that's
you don't.
true. That's true.
How would you describe this one?
Oh, well, I'm just going to say
This
it out
is
the
another
gate.
movie that you saw before us, right?
I have never seen this one.
Oh,
no,
this is new.
This
Okay.
is new for me because I think this is the first time I'm saying it on the pod. My father is very into spaghetti westerns. I thought this was his favorite, but it's actually Silverado. But the endeavor to persevere was a phrase that they, like, both my parents would always just kind of like, I guess not throw at us, but like that was a recurring bit in our household. And then a fun little Andrew lore, that was what I wrote my college admission essays about, was all my heart problems and me endeavoring to persevere through said setbacks.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you. And it worked. I got into college, so hey. But
And you're still here.
hey, that's true.
You're
Yeah,
here,
I have endeavored
able
to
grace us with
persevere.
your presence.
Oh, thank you. What is, and I will say once, what I was also going to get to, too much sexual assault in this one. I'm going to toss that one out there.
Oh,
That was
It was wild.
yes,
that-
it was
Hard got me feeling a little. Yeah.
both like anyway, so it is about a farmer. I believe he starts out as a farmer in the Confederacy, so it is an American revisionist Western film.
Which I learned is a thing.
Yes, me too. Because I was Googling and I was like, why?
Apparently, there are many subgenres of Western movies.
Yeah.
And revisionist one is one of them.
Yes.
Revisionist. What do you mean? Like, so, like, just kind of re-envisioning how historical things happen, or
Okay, so I did go into it. I don't know if you
Oh
want
no,
to
go
it
for
yourself.
it, please. Yeah.
So revisionist westerns it's a genre of Western movie that subverts the expectations of traditional Western movies, which rely on very stark black and white, good guy versus bad guy dynamics, and instead blends the realism of the period of time along with typical protagonists that are not just your good guy cowboy, and instead replaces them with more realistic characters, a bunch of gray area where people are either good or bad depending upon how you perceive them, as opposed to how the movie is trying to portray them. And also does like subversion. It's like just subversions of even just like morals that are in Western movies.
And so I think the example of it is that the Redlegs are all Union soldiers, where like normally, if you think of the history of the United States, the Unions are the good guys because, they're trying to free the slaves, all that jazz, like that whole thing, where the Confederates are the bad guys. So in this one, he being Clint Eastwood, Josey Wales, his farm is attacked by the Redlegs, so this band of Union soldiers, and his wife and his son are killed. And so then he goes on, I guess, a rampage, or he becomes a part of a group of Confederate guerrilla fighters who are sticking it to the man. And they eventually, during the end of the war, they go to turn themselves in, but it's a Union trap, and all of his buddies are killed except for one lad. And then it is revealed that the leader turned them in for profit. And then so this sends him on just a journey west, and things happen.
And it should also be noted that what just sounded like the whole movie was the first 10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, they jumped right into it. Because as the movie began, I, like, looking at the synopsis, I thought that he was going to be like this previously seasoned like war veteran who then became a farmer, and then his past comes back to haunt him, and then but it's like, oh no, he started as a farmer and all of that happened, and then the movie starts. Like there's the opening montage and then the movie.
I was like, I didn't know what to think about this movie because I sort of read a synopsis, but I was like, it's a Clint Eastwood cowboy movie. It is not really a Clint Eastwood cowboy movie. That's what made me go into the rabbit hole of revisionist Western. So I was like, this is so... It's funny because apparently spaghetti Western is also a genre of revisionist Western.
Okay.
But I was like, this movie is so different from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That I was just like, why does it feel so much different? And like, it is almost a decade in difference, but like, it felt so weird for it to be that way.
And this is a Clint directed one too. So starred and directed, which I thought was interesting.
But yeah, very, very interesting. So I wrote Clint Eastwood loves movies with long titles. Outlaw Josey Wales, released in June of 1976, with a budget of $3.7 million and a box office of $31.8 million. It has 91 across the board at Rotten Tomato, 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb, and 3.9 out of 5 at Letterboxd. Movies that came out during the month of Josey Wales were, and we've said his name a bunch of times, Mel Brooks' movie, Silent Movie, The Big Bus, and 1976's The Omen.
Oh.
A particular favorite of mine because of Damien, a name that I get far too often. So yeah.
I guess I remember the rest of the synopsis because I kind of forgot how everything else works. But he's running from the Union, which is how he goes west. And then he runs into Lost Wate.
I think it was Lon.
Lon Wate is his native friend that he find. I don't know if they had a previous relationship.
I think he just ran into him.
Okay,
because he also be noted. I don't think it's the Union at this point. I think it's just the Red Legs.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because they seem to just have the vendetta against him that I don't think the Union themselves would have. Because at some point I was just like, there are too many resources being wasted on this
for one guy,
and I don't think that like the Union would be like, we should continue looking for this one man.
Yeah. Well, I think it was staged as like they have to squash any bit of the rebellion. I think was maybe the thin line of like why they're going so hard for him.
Apparently, they also suck.
Yeah,
in actual real life. So it's how they're portrayed here does seem to be how they are actually. They were they were Union members, but for the most part, they were like just kind of like, I don't know, middle of America pirates.
Okay. So they were like a real gang from... Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Red Legs did exist. So, yeah, you were right. He met Lon. I think he meets Lon. And then they together just continue to head south.
Yeah. Because he was supposed to find safe haven in the First Nations, I think is what they call it. They just abbreviated it to the Nations. Just like Indian territory, native territory, I guess would be the better way to say that. And then... they come upon, they need to get Lone Wate a horse. And then so we come to this trading post, which is our first foray into sexual assault in the movie. So that whole scene happens. He frees the woman and then they continue on. And that's when they see the Comanche harassing the
No, I think
pilgrims?
they get into town first.
Okay.
They get into town where they meet. Well, I don't know. Well,
I
Mom
guess, yes.
meets the old lady, and the daughter and stuff, and then once they leave town is when the Comanche like attack. And it's hard to say it was the Comanche immediately because I think it was just like a group of people that I think it was just a group of like
natives,
dudes, and then they knew that the Comanche were watching them.
Okay,
and so they killed the men that were with the old lady and the young.
Oh yeah,
girl.
They were like Hispanic raiders or something like that.
They were just raiders,
yeah.
Because it was were just watching them.
Right, they were, but it was like it was like very like a CON word, but it was like kind of a Spanish one.
And then from there they get to
the Sun's Ranch or the
small town.
Santa something maybe
that his ranch was at. And it's there that they are fully in the Comanche territory, and so the Comanche don't want them there. And then Josey happens to, well, I shouldn't say happens. He goes out of his way to go find the
10 bears.
10 bears, and they then proceed to just talk it out, which is actually a really cool scene. I really did think that was a really cool scene, and like the way that they spoke to each other was actually, I was like, once again, Clint, I didn't enjoy your little talk with the chair, but you're showing me back in the 60s and the 70s why people adored you so much. And then
the final
if you've been
confrontation.
wondering where the heck the Red Legs show, they finally show back up.
Yep. After trailing
one of those epic last man standing, like Call of Duty, laying back on the ground. Like
Yeah.
he takes out like so many folks just being on the
Yeah.
ground, like Dude, that's the scene where. And I want to just bring it up because it almost like made me feel like sick. Because I was thinking as it was ramping up, I was like, "This is," and it also just made me think about like the fact that this is a film, and hopefully they interject and nothing.
Oh, like when the caravan is getting raided.
Yes,
yes,
and they find the girl in the back, and there's that like super awkward long take where they're just all staring at her.
Yeah, like the trying to build the tension, I guess. But
you know what they're thinking, like you know like what this is. And I'm
where
like,
it's gonna go.
No, and they're grabbing, they're reaching for her clothes and tearing everything off. It was just, and the sad part is like that there are people who went through that. Like, there are people
especially in the Wild West.
Yeah,
right.
Like, just this lawlessness, man. Like, and the person who even stopped it all, it wasn't even for, like, this kind of altruistic reasoning. It's really just because, the reward is better if it's fresh. Like, this is a human, man, not steak at the shelf at a Meijer, man. Like, ugh.
I think that they drew that one out. One, and I hate to say it's because she was a white woman, but also because of how quick the first one occurred. Like there was no like drawing that one out. Like with Moonlight,
yes,
like, they just immediately just started it.
Yeah.
So much I was like, whoa, fellas, it was even me. I was like, oh, fellas, give us a second here. You could have said something. Words could have been exchanged before you started this. Like, it just was bam. And my whole thought process, and it's interesting because I think if this were not a revisionist Western and just a normal Western, Clint would have been there to intervene and stop both of them, like, immediately. I don't think there would have been that, like, just awkward, drawn out, like, oh my God, this shouldn't be happening. Like, I think as soon as it would have, like, started, like, the Dick Dastardly character just would have been shot. Because Clint would have just came in, pow pow, ate her little lady, and then taken her and gone in. But here, there's just that actual realistic take of like, dudes just, I mean, they don't give a fuck now.
Right.
But they super didn't give a fuck. They were super Saiyan levels of not giving a fuck back then.
Blue hair, Ultra Instinct.
Dude, Super Saiyan God levels of not giving.
Wow.
Oh.
What a way to phrase that.
I mean, it just seems like this time where you could literally just do anything, and
you could rob like 7 banks and then just go to Mexico, and that was like a plan.
Rob 7 banks and then just go the next town over.
Yeah,
and rob an 8th one.
Yeah,
it's just information was so slow. It's just like, oh, hello, dear stranger, give me everything, and be off. And they probably couldn't even pick you out of a 5-person lineup.
Yeah,
like, they all look alike. Cowboy hats and mustaches.
It is interesting in this one that it didn't seem like it was as driven as by... I mean, because obviously The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a very clear goal that is driving them to the film's third act, to the film's climax. Whereas this one, it felt more... I don't know if nebulous is the right word. Like, it was just like
it was for sure. Yeah, that's a great word.
There's a reason in his synopsis he had the question. Like,
stuff happened.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, I kind of was just like,
because that was once again the first 10 minutes of the movie. It seemed to be like the driving force, and then it's like, I'm running away. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Because in the beginning, I think that like I had this feeling that it was going to turn into like this. What is the that really popular Western, something in the Sundance Kid, Billy in the Sundance Kid, or
Billy in the Sundance Kid?
Billy in the Sundance Kid? I kept wanting to say Billy the Kid. Like adding the extra
Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah, it just made me feel like that's the direction it was going. I think it was this name Jamie, when one of the only kids that survives the whole
trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. And I really wanted him to survive. So it was kind of jarring when he comes back to the wagon and he's just gone. Yeah. But I think, to your point about, because I don't even think I've ever heard of that as like a subgenre of Westerns, like the revisionist subgenre. But I guess that is more realistic, likely that, I mean, the dude suffered a pretty significant wound. Right. And so it makes sense that he would have passed. But
right. In the 18, whenever the Civil War was, medicine wasn't great. Yeah. So, there was, put a poultice on this bullet wound. Keep it.
Was that like.
That was what the granny was just like, here's what you need. Like, put moss on it, spit on it. And then.
I did not realize that was a granny. Yeah. At first. No, just her. I was sitting there like, you look like a witch, but at the same time, you look like you are just like a 75-year-old man. And then I had to like pull up the little X-ray, and I was like, "Oh,
that's a lady."
Yeah.
No, that was. I mean, I don't want to say the goofiness, but that scene was just very strange. It's like, oh, I'll show you something called a Missouri boat ride, and then it's like, what? Like, then how do they get across the river? I just was assuming that I was like, oh, that's the end of that interaction. Like the red legs are done.
Why is the bridge not built?
Oh, sure.
The way that they have to do that with that like ferry,
just
a
pulling
wooden
a rope,
plank pulling the rope across,
Yeah.
had to be the most like. Like, I was just sitting there like, who's gonna? And then like when the red legs show up, and they got to sit there and like get on there.
Yeah,
I'm like, first off, the fact that he only just shot the rope and decided to let you guys just deal with it instead of just taking you out as you having to just sit there on this like It was like imagining the what is it called, the boat and river problem, but like
like the
boat
fox
and
and the
problem?
chicken. You have a fox, a chicken, and like a bag of seed or like a bag of grain, and you got to get them all across. But you can't have the fox and the chicken on the boat at the same time because the fox will eat the chicken. Can't have the chicken and the grain because the chicken will eat the grain. So
you have to
have to
figure out how to get all three across. You can have as many trips as you want, but you got to figure out to get all three across without them taking out the other thing. Mm-hmm. And I was just imagining like it's that problem, but with like a gunman that can just do whatever he wants to at any given time on the other side. And they just were accepting it. They were like, "Yo, he's still there." And not once did they go, "Oh, that actually sucks that he's still there with guns while we're having."
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Aha, he's given up." It's like, clearly not. Like he's tried really hard to get away from you guys.
Yeah, I don't think this is where he is throwing in the towel.
Yeah, but
So-
also, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Fletcher. What was his deal?
I don't know, because then they had like that really like charged last scene together,
Yeah.
where it was just because it was almost like, oh, I betrayed them, but then I like want to see him alive.
And I think at some point he says he wants to see Josey Wales die.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to hear Josey Wales is dead. He wants to see Josey Wales is dead. So I guess to confirm that it's...
But at the same time, he's been waxing poetic on Josie this entire time.
He wanted to kiss Clint Eastwood,
Yes.
for sure. They were, there was...
I was so like, I thought
subtones.
he like obviously at the beginning, like it's viewed as he turned on them, but he doesn't realize that it was actually a trap to itself. Like he thought like everything was on the up. But then, like, they're like, no, it's not. But for some reason, we're going to keep you around.
Yeah.
And then he's like, damn, this sucks. But, like, at the same time, he doesn't really try to ever, like, stop them from
red
doing
legs,
anything. Like, he doesn't try to, like, get them off of Josie's trailer. And then, like, he's actually actively following Josie.
Yeah.
So he can always be like, yeah, Josie, he was one of the best shots ever. Yeah, man, I love me some Josie Wales.
That sounds like I don't know why it sounds like it's somehow like a branch off of like the Bush's Baked Bean commercials.
Oh, like dude who's like,
I don't know, like because like you can't put Clint Eastwood in a can.
no, you can't.
Just in case anybody was wondering, like if they could, you can't.
No, he'd probably shoot you.
Yeah.
He definitely probably shoot you nowadays. But
Oh yeah. Did this movie seem funnier to you? Like, did it seem like it had more comedic beats?
It was supposed to be. I saw that. It was
that-
supposed to be a comedy, but I didn't think like. Well, I guess not supposed to be a comedy, but like there was supposed to be like comedic elements to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just like the generational difference. But I was like, none of these jokes are landing for me. Like, I think the Missouri hayride or boat ride was supposed to be like one of those because I feel like they had like pauses for laughter. Like there was some points where they're like, "This is a laugh line." Like,
Yeah.
You like this one?
like I couldn't imagine laughing after seeing the beginning of this movie.
Yes,
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was just no point where like even though I could tell that there was like because there were even times where like Lon was saying stuff that like, you could tell was supposed to elicit like some
Yes.
laughter.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this girl, this Indian girl just got raped. I do not have time
Right.
for you to
Yeah.
be trying to make me laugh right now.
Yeah, like, I'm not as old. Like you said, I'm not as old as I thought. It's
Like no, sir.
yeah.
And also was it Days of Future Past where Magneto got found out for not Days? It wasn't Days of Future Past, was it? Was it the movie after? Was it First Class?
Where Magneto what?
Where he got found out for being a mutant. It was Fassbender's Magneto. He got found out for being a mutant, and they like attacked his house and like killed his.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember which of the two movies it is.
Oh no, that would
oh no,
be
it was the
Apocalypse.
third movie. It was
It
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I tried to strike that one from memory.
Are you drawing the comparison
that's what
between the
the
opening scene and that one? Yeah. It's funny you should say that because I made a note about the when he finishes burying his wife and kid, and he's crying on the cross, and he leans over, and the cross tips over into an X. And I'm like, Logan. The end of Logan.
No, yeah,
when they have the cross, and then she takes it, and then she turns it over into the X, and they walk away, and the shot just like lingers on that grave with like Logan like finally gone, and it's just like the X made out of the sticks. I was like, did they get that? Like, is that inspired from
maybe
that shot? Because Logan is, I think James Mangold even said like it has very Western vibes to Logan, right? Like if you are watching it, like the settings, even just how the movie unravels and then like clear to the ending.
Him also kind of just being like a lone like he's just on this like lone desperado type journey. Yeah, I can see that definitely having Western appeal to it. This movie for like up until like a certain point of it, I was like, is this even a Western? And then like it opened up into like the more like traditional kind of Western elements and just having like this like hitch town and then all the other things kind of popped up finally, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, because at first it just felt like a movie. Yeah, I felt like it could have been like something like Bridge over the River Kwai or something like that. But like,
I was saying Bridget Jones' Diary.
No, it could not have been Bridget
Jones.
I was
doing Bridge to Terabithia, so that was another.
So we're both.
But then that was what I was like, okay, I get it now. There are different types of movies that are based on Westerns. This one was very much just... And also, I feel like, and maybe because of where it was filmed, I'm not sure exactly where it was filmed, but you could definitely tell it wasn't like in Italy or Spain like they usually do in spaghetti Westerns. This one just... I think they try to use a lot of natural lighting, and as such, dark.
Yeah.
A lot of this movie takes place in very dark areas. But it helps build that like kind of guerrilla feel.
Sure.
It almost feels like it could be like a Vietnam type movie, but just happening like 100 years before it. Which made me really just like think about the fact that like in school, when we're taught about the Civil War and like how it plays out, it kind of feels like just a continuation of like the Revolutionary War, like the War of 1812, like fighting wise, where it feels like it's just sides line up, fire cannons and guns, have to do a
bayonet charge.
They got to take a while before they do that again, and then like they line up and do it all again. But in reality, like so much of it was happening in like this really claimed land as we were doing our westward expansion. So like you probably were in swamps, you probably were in like deep thick forests and like more humid areas and the people that were living there probably were able to take advantage of that fact if they were on the Union side or the Confederate side. Yeah. And say like, hey, like you don't know this area as well as we do. So we're not going to line up and shoot you with cannons. Yeah. We will hide behind trees and in bushes and just like pop up and shoot you and then go on about our business. So it makes a lot of sense why it has that like just grittier appeal, especially to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Or much more just town to town, you know, superheroes with guns.
Right, more outside lighting stuff too.
And I will say though, I do feel like this movie was very dialogue heavy.
Sure.
People were talking and talking and talking and talking. And sometimes I almost felt like I was losing the plot because I was just like, can this conversation be over so we can move to the next like the next thing? It also felt I wrote that this movie feels like a JRPG.
That one I think you're gonna have to explain.
You have Josey.
Okay.
He was like, for going like the very beginning of it, he is now like kind of like a soldier, an ex-soldier. He lost his crew. There's a man that was a part of it that turned on them that caused him to lose the crew, and he wants revenge, both for his family and for his like former friends. And then he just starts gaining a party.
He does have quite the party at the end of it,
and it's a very eclectic group.
Like you have Lon. I equated Lon to being like, I really called him a dragoon, but he is like, because he's not like he is just an additional warrior, like additional like a fighter. You have Moonlight, who's like a red mage, and then I wrote at the end, I was just like, Laura is she's just Aerith.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's like she has this like she's like whimsical manner about her where she's just not as like, even though like something very serious happened to her, she's out here goofing about, talking about dreams and
like, are you seeing the clouds? Yeah. Like, are you seeing that over there? And it's like, man, this
they're running off after
shut the
saying his
hell up.
name and
Yeah.
stuff. Just like, oh, this is Aerith.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a very good argument. Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's something charming about the other characters, because I feel like in any JRPG, there's always going to be those characters that you can rotate in and out of your party that you're like, but I don't really want to use them in this situation, and then lo and behold, you get to the end of the game, like, I've barely played with you. But when you do start to dive into that character, you realize they have these very just interesting, unique abilities. And like, oh, there is this kind of like, you got a granny that's just like posted up with a rifle, and they're all doing their job. They're all doing their job well. The reason, like, sorry, to go back to the comedy thing, is because there were certain beats that just kind of felt like he was trying to inject that in there. But I think that part of the issue with that is because of the severity of some of the other things that happen. Like, it's like there were these things happening that were like polar opposites. And because the comedy part kind of came to me in like the scene where they're using the Missouri boat ride or whatever they called it. And then they get to the other side of the river, and dude realizes that, at least what I had picked up on, or thought I picked up on, is that he recognized that whoever was on the other side that he's going to take across was looking for Josie and the party that was going over. So she's like, hey, just stay right there. Like, which is right, kind of like this funny little thing, because who's going to
actually do that?
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, sure, sir. But then also was Clint Eastwood spitting.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Because
I was getting annoyed.
Yes, too much spit. And it's like back to the whole, homoerotic undertones and just like oh jeez, I forget. But anyway, just like anytime when she was reading her book and she was like, anytime I looked up, this man's either spitting on a dog or a woman's getting assaulted. Like, what is this movie?
Yeah, man.
So it is, and I think, because also, like, I think another supposed to be comedic beat is when the snake oil guy is like, oh, you're thirsty, here's this, and he's like, how is it for stains? And he like spits on him.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that one may be justified, but like, what the hell? Like, why would
dog,
you?
And like,
Yeah,
the dog,
what did the dog do?
Yeah,
the dog
man.
did nothing.
Just like always spitting. I did think it was kind of funny because you didn't see the dog with a little splatter on his forehead, and it's like showing its teeth. And when it comes to like being dialogue heavy, it is one of those things where I think a movie can be dialogue heavy, and it's a gamble though, because you
need your actors to really like really carry it.
Yeah, man, because that's some of the kinetic energy that comes from action. That's what will keep you, especially in a Western film, regardless of what the subgenre is. Where was I going with that?
Comedic
Spitting.
Oh, it was sorry, the way that it was written. It was like the funny little snide things that would be said. Because to your point about the elixir salesman, at one point when you first see him, he's bargaining with the guy who's going to be taking them across, and he says like, well, this boat ride is 10 cents. And he says, well, for this bottle of elixir,
like, funnily enough, it's also,
like,
10
it's also
cents.
10 cents. But then when he's talking to Josie on the ride, he's like, oh, it's only $1. Like, it's just it's shifting, and it's the shiftiness of this little character.
Yeah.
And people like that you see, and that they have this kind of like fun energy about them, and goofiness about them. But then when you have this scene where like literally 10 dudes that all look like the most disgusting pirates are ripping this woman's clothes off, and like you can see them like grabbing at the skin, and Clint Eastwood is just like, do I shoot? I'm like, yes, please, like, stop this from unraveling. Then I'm like, that's where it kind of gets to be like, you could have maybe done without even trying to make this a comedy, and like just kind of sit on one side of the spectrum.
Yeah, and then I guess too that maybe the supposed to be comedic part of, well, not of that specific scene, but like how Wate just like falls, like, because like that's what, like, in that, like, during that raid, like, they're up on the ridge, and he like
rock, like,
he just like is just sideways somehow, and you're like, well, how did that, like, how'd you get there, dude?
Sorry, I thought I missed something. I'm glad you brought that up, because I thought I missed something. Like, why was he just laying on there? Like,
I don't know. He just like fell.
That you shot.
Truly, yeah. But no, I think he just like slipped, and like that was the whole thing of just like, oh, we were trying to be sneaky, and oops, yeah, just meh.
And the next thing you know, he's captured along with the ladies.
Yep.
So I was going to ask this in the next movie, but I think I'm going to ask it here. The West is a very big area.
Yeah.
It's half of the United States. How is it so possible in all these cowboy movies we've been watching that like the protagonist will come into a town and find people that they know or people that they've seen earlier in the movie? Like, like you should not be known. It should be you going there and you don't know anybody. Like, these towns are hundreds of miles apart and in just random areas. There's no way you were like, yeah, we just left Missouri and we're in Texas. Oh, look at him. That's the last time I saw you was Missouri. Like, no. No, you shouldn't. That shouldn't be happening. Like, you should be like, oh no, I'm sorry, I don't know you.
Well, are you speaking more to like they should not be having like the same travel path, or more to like if for instance 200 years ago we all went to the same high school together, then we graduated, like you shouldn't be running into people from your past so easily.
That you should not, like, especially because everyone's typically coming from somewhere on the East Coast, so it's just weird that that happens. But in this case, it was the fact that just within like them meeting the snake oil salesman up in Missouri,
and then
like 2 states over, running into him in the exact town, and it's like he's just been there. Like, he's been posted there for a while because he's been trying to sell to people. So it's just weird that, like, because you would think, like, especially if you're trying to get away from like some pretty determined people who are trying to kill you, that you would not be going to major like hubs.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to bring up is, like, you know, back at a time like that, our being, I feel like stagnant is not really the right word, but us sort of like digging into the ground and rooting ourselves in a certain area, is that the far more uncommon thing versus, again, like if you were to go back 200 years, that it was far more uncommon for people to dig their roots into a place and stay there than it was to be like, hey, there's a mound of opportunities if we just go out west. And so because of that, and because of how just early on in development we would have been, that there's only so many markers that people could, like central hubs that people would go to. So you think it was just, because that's what I was going to bring up, like, was it just more natural for people to gravitate towards those nodes? Yeah,
it was going to be my thing of, like, there's one track that gets you to California, you're probably going to take that, like the Oregon Trail, right? Like,
but yeah, you definitely probably would take like that trail.
Yes,
but it's just pretty, like, I would think you would, as being
an outlaw, you should not
be.
Yes, that for sure, 100%. I agree with you. Yeah. Because it was, and the other thing that you bring that up, because he's like, oh, I'm going to Texas. Texas is very large. Very large. I mean, there's, for sure far less towns back then, but like, it's pretty big. So they should not have.
Big old blend, boy.
Yeah. But then I guess they needed it for that one moment of Wate asking, like, oh, then you drink it. And then he's like, oh, forget about that. You guys can buy this thing.
You going off and try to scam somebody else out of some stuff.
Right. Like, how do I spin this? But any other last thoughts?
I want to know if there is a term for being racist without it being a different race of people. Because that old lady is what I would call whatever that term is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, when they were at that town, and she was saying, like, yeah, we're from Kansas, Jayhawkers through and through. And then she started, like, just talking ill about people, and, like, I think it was Texas.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, I'm a Hoosier myself.
I'm a Hoosier myself. I don't care for Hoosiers.
Yeah.
I was like, lady.
Right. I was going to bring that up, too. I'm just like, I'm glad that old prejudiced white ladies have not changed, in however many years.
Like, he was trying to identify with her.
Yeah, right. And she's like, actually, I hate you, too. Get out of here. Give me my molasses. I'm leaving. It's like, dang,
like,
lady.
You don't get to leave your state and be opinionated and prejudiced on other states.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to bring that up because
thank you.
That was like one of the few points I actually did laugh in this movie.
Yep.
Everything else was far too serious to be trying to laugh at. So those are my final thoughts.
No.
You got anything left in the tank?
I don't have anything
right.
else on tank.
That means we got a very important question to ask.
Is that question, could it be how many Panharmonicons does this get?
I think that's it. I think that's it indeed.
Well, until we figure out our
Actual jingle?
a new jingle for that, because I want to avoid hitting the table. Yeah, who wants to give out their Panharmonicons?
I can go first.
Yeah.
Since I will give this honestly like a 2. It was like Dame said, the first 10 minutes of the movie were a movie.
Mm-hmm.
They could have stopped there, and it would have been maybe about the same. Like I understand the whole almost like odyssey of it all, and there's some cool shots, but I don't know, it was just not the movie that I thought it was going to be going into it.
Gotcha. And I'm sorry again. What was it that made you choose that one?
It was so I thought the Outlaw Josey, because my dad's a
That's
big
right, but you said
Western
Silverado
guy.
is
Yes,
okay.
yeah,
Got
because
it.
it's been, but they quoted it enough that I thought that Outlaw Josey Wales was in his top, but he's like, nah, I didn't really like I don't remember what his stance on, but it was like, oh no, Silverado was my favorite. This is just the endeavor to persevere. So I'm glad I got to like actually see where that came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm like, yeah, not really that good of a movie. Like comparing
totally
it
fair.
to other, westerns that we've done,
Yeah, especially no,
like The
I-
Good,
I
the Bad,
can
and the
feel that,
Ugly. Yeah.
I like to think you asked him. He's like, "Oh, this movie was trash. Why'd you choose this one? I like Silverado."
I think next Sunday we have family dinner. So I'm like, how do you feel about the Outlaw Josey Wales? I can report back.
I'd like to know. For me, it was 3 out of 5. The beginning of this movie and the end of this movie, I like.
Sure.
It is the middle of the movie where you're like, where are we going with it?
Yeah.
Just because it does feel like it's he seems to have such a determination on what he's doing that you think you might have missed like why he's been choosing to do what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then you kind of find out he's actually just going in a direction, just trying to get away from the red legs who are far too determined. Like these like 10 men are far too determined to to find him. I will say one thing is that the ending of the movie makes you think like it's almost left to like some ambiguity as to whether or not he survives or not, but it turns out there's a sequel, so he does survive. I was expecting something else when when this movie was given to us, and I think as such there were expectations that I had that it may not have met, but ultimately I found that Clint acted much better in this movie than he did in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, which I think helped carry it from the probably like one that it was going to get 2 or 3, just simply because there was more character in him and he played it up much better.
Yeah.
And as such, that like I loved like his like the pain that he felt at the beginning of the movie and what drove him. And unfortunately, they then turned that into just a montage of. I don't even know if it was the movie. That could have just been clips of anything. I don't know what that was, but like, and just how resolute and set he was on what he wanted to do afterwards, even if it did kind of come to like meandering aimlessly. But then the end, like once you get to that part where like there was the Comanche and then like 10 bears, I was like, this is cool. Like, I wish there was more of this part in there. And then like it went the Comanche, the raid on the ranch, him coming out fighting the main red leg dude, and then like him and Fletcher having that just like really tense like conversation where I don't know why it was so tense. It's not like Fletcher clearly loved him,
Right, like he didn't. He could have killed him multiple times, but he didn't.
But that I will say that scene where like the 3 dudes were like completely in shadow, and then you could start to hear because Don Ferdinand has like such a distinctive voice that you could tell one of them was Fletcher, and then he like looks up and like the light streaks across and you see his eyes. Like, oh, that's Fletcher. Like that part was pretty cool. There were very cool moments in this movie. It just a lot of it was like, what am I watching?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of dead space in between.
Dead space. I will give it a 3.5, 3.5.
Okay, nice.
Panharmonicons out of 5. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I can totally see your standpoint with expectations. I think some of my expectations were spun up after having watched The Good and the Bad and the Ugly because of just how, of like, what I would expect to see with, I guess, the story part of it. But it does seem to be more of like a character-driven story, that a character-driven film than anything else. And sometimes those are just kind of what you get. And there's plenty of people who can do well with just making a very character-driven story where there's not like a specific plot or anything that they're really kind of moving towards is concrete, but just seeing this person be this person. And it's not to say it's like an awesome thing or a terrible thing, but it's a thing. And sometimes people can do it great. Sometimes it can be mid. Sometimes it can be not that great. But there were things that, like lines in that movie, endeavor to persevere. There's a line that was said that I really enjoyed, which I think he said it to somebody who was like a ranger that was a bounty hunter who comes into the bar. I think it's the bar they have the inn scene in, and he tells them that he's a bounty hunter, and then he says something to the effect of like, "Dyin ain't much of a livin." And I'm like, dang, that line smacks so hard.
Yeah, because the bounty hunter, he's like, "You're a bounty hunter," and he's like, "Gotta make a living," and then he's like, "Being dead ain't much of a living."
Yeah, dude.
And I will say also the follow up of like, "I knew you'd come back." Like, I had to. Yep. And then just like,
that was
cool
so
scene.
cool.
Yeah,
that was so cool. And things like that I really appreciate. Like just these fluid lines, these fluid just things that they deliver with just the perfect amount of sauce. So whatever you want to call that sauce, that gochujang. The perfect amount of Damon's gochujang that just kind of gets peppered in there. I really enjoy it. But yeah, I think it's still, even that said, it's still a solid entry in the Western. And it does make me excited, like if we do a Western month too, just like all the other things to kind of dive into. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about The Outlaw Josey Wales? If you have seen it, if you haven't, well, it was spoiled for you. But let us know what you thought about what we thought about it in the comments below. If you can for us, hit subscribe on YouTube, and if you are subscribed, hit that notification bell. Let you know when we're dropping new stuff, like Farron's Resident Evil 9 playthrough. And if you have done both of those things, thank you for doing those things. Thank you for joining this community, and we'd like to hear more from you. I've been dropping polls. If anybody's been seeing, let us know what you think about the movies that have come out or are going to be coming out. And as well, if you're on Spotify, if you can give us a follow, give us a rating of 1 through 5. Drop a comment about how you felt about Josey Wales or this episode. And above all else, I want to thank you for listening to yet another episode of Panharmonicon Studios Presents
Podcast.
Yep. This has been your host, Damon.
This is Andrew.
And this is Farron.
And thank you for listening.
Well, bye.
I thought you were going to come off like right. It's like, yep, it just goes.
You're wanted, Wales. I reckon I'm right popular. You a bounty hunter?
Yeah, he's got to do something for a living these days.
Dyin ain't much of a living, boy.